Alright, against much Abrew time. Playing Marvelous Dragonstorm, which seems pretty against odds. But we'll keep this. We got the energy and the Marvel. Opponent, oh boy, leads on a slippery Boggle. Well, let's see how fast we can be. Opponent passes. Oh boy. Karthus, a bit expensive. Misty Rainforest, pass the turn. Yep. Well, let's see if we even live long enough to spin this Marvel. Maybe if we draw another Ether Hub. Wooded Foothills for our opponent. Cracks it. So we have 3 energy, 4 energy, 5 energy. I mean, I guess we can play Puzzle Knot, crack Puzzle Knot, spin Marvel. But I'm not sure just a Marvel spin is enough to win us the game. There's a Keen Sense. Going to draw our opponent some cards. And Ethereal Armor. So getting in for 3. Well, crack Misty. Get a... Jeez. I guess a Breeding Pool? Get a Breeding Pool. We take 3. Opponent draws. And passes. Well, we draw Thirst. So play Ether Hub. Get an energy. Play Woodweaver's Puzzle Knot. Go back up to 19. So we probably live long enough to get 1 spin. I'm not sure that spin can save us, though. Windswept Heath. Yep. Up to a 5/5. Opponent gets in. Draws a card. We're down to 14. And passes. We get a Wooded Foothills. Well, play Ether Hub. Pass the turn. The other big problem is, even though we get a spin, we're not going to be able to cast something else that turn. So even if we have Dragonstorm, it's only going to be 1 dragon, or I guess Dragonstorm would be 2 dragons, but 2 dragons isn't lethal. Well, 2 dragons, Bogarden Hellkite, Haste Dragon. Actually, maybe 2 dragons could be lethal if we hit Dragonstorm. Ethereal Armor, so opponent's hitting us for a billion. Well, we definitely have to spin, crack Woodweaver's Puzzle Knot, get our energy. I think, since our opponent hasn't found a way to gain life, I think we actually win if we hit Dragonstorm. Bogarden Hellkite's 5 damage directly. Haste Dragon is 6, plus 5 more from Bogarden Hellkite is exactly 16. So I think that's it. I mean, I think if we spin into Dragonstorm, then we're gonna win this game. It's gonna be a turn 4 kill. Well, let's see. We draw Godless Shrine. I mean, we might as well thin our deck. Wooded Foothills, crack it. We'll just take the mountain. Doesn't really matter. We're either hitting Dragonstorm and winning, or whiffing on Dragonstorm and losing. Etherworks Marvel. So that's Storm count of 1. Spin Marvel. Come on. Oh, no. And that does it. Dramoka doesn't do it. Another Marvel doesn't do it. This has Pro Creatures, so we can't block. Yeah? Well, I mean, we had a shot. We had a shot to win the game on turn 4. Which isn't bad. We can bring in our 2 Foul Tongue Invocations, which are oddly amazing in this matchup. Go down... what? I guess Spell Twine is pretty bad because our opponent's not going to have instants in their graveyard, so we probably have to go down the Spell Twines. Because we have to have an instant or sorcery in our opponent's graveyard to even cast it. Alright, we're on the play. Dragonstorm in hand. Alright, well, we'll try it. We'll try it. We got a Puzzle Knot. Thirst can help us dig for our Marvel. And Dragonstorm, we'd rather have it in our deck, probably. Although we can discard it and maybe Sins of the Past it back. Well, the fact that we had a spin for a turn 4 win makes me feel a little better about this deck. Let's lead on Island. Man, look at these lands. Ultimate Tilt. Some white borders, some full arts. Just some ugly Amonkhet and Kaladesh lands. And when I say ugly, someone pointed that out in the comments. I don't mean that the art is actually ugly. It's New Border. I'm just not a fan of New Border. Dragonlord Ojutai. Alright, that's not horrible. Let's play Puzzle Knot. Gain some life. Dragonlord Ojutai is probably the best dragon we could have drawn, because there's actually a somewhat realistic chance that we cast it. Pass the turn. Opponent, Temple Garden. Untapped. This match is pretty much just a race. Goldfishing, goldfishing, goldfishing. Our anchor gets a Glade, cover a scout up to 4 power. We could draw our Foul Tongue Invocation. That's a pretty sweet sideboard card. Opponent hits us. We draw Marvel. We don't have green mana yet, though. So I guess we play the Plains and just pass the turn and plan on thirsting. See if we can hit something. Brushland. Opponent gets in. 4/4. Well, let's thirst. Discard. I guess we just discard 2 cards. Dragonstorm, because we actually want to discard Dragonstorm. Dragonstorm and Lotus Bloom. Draw Nicole Bolas. Well, play another Puzzle Knot. Go back up to 18. Breeding Pool tapped. Pass the turn. So we get another spin to win next turn, unless our opponent gets life gain here. And we kind of have the same number of outs because Sins of the Past for Dragonstorm is another I win. So we have 3 Dragonstorms and the Sins of the Past. Opponent has Spider Umbra. And actually, hitting a Foul Tongue Invocation probably wins us the game, or at least is very good. So we actually have a lot of good hits this time. Down to 13. We draw a Bogarden Hellkite. We'll play the Mountain, play the Marvel, and I think we just got a main phase spin, because if we hit Dragonstorm, oh dear. Well, I guess we just take Puzzle Knot. That gets us another spin next turn. So play another Puzzle Knot, gain some life, pass the turn. Hopefully, man, we haven't hit very well. We haven't even hit a big dragon off of our Marvels. We've just hit literal blanks. Well, hopefully our opponent can't kill Marvel, which means we can just crack a Puzzle Knot, spin again. They break Coronet. That's going to make winning harder. Opponent gets in for 8. Well, we're going to have to hit something here, or we're going to lose. Down to 8. Opponent passes. We draw another Marvel. Crack a Puzzle Knot. Get some energy. Spin the Marvel. Well, I think we just got a Foul Tongue. So Foul Tongue our opponent. Reveal Ojutai. So this actually goes a long way towards keeping us in this game. We could have taken a big dragon, but I think we would have died even if we took a dragon. And Dragonstorm would not have been winning. Whew! Alright, there goes the Boggle. Sacrifice effects don't care about Umbras, thankfully. Pass the turn. Opponent, another Boggle. Rebuilding. And passes. Well, we drew in a Tune, so we get to a Tune. This does let us spin the Marvel. Get our 1 forest, play the forest. Crack a Puzzle Knot. Back up to 18. We're also not super close to dying, which is nice. Get our energy. Sooner or later, we're going to hit Dragonstorm. Spin the Marvel. We did shuffle, which put all those bad cards. Alright, there it is. Dragonstorm. Cast Dragonstorm. We get 2 dragons. I don't think this just wins on the spot, but we get actually a Tarka World Render and Big Hasty Dragon. Karthus. I think this does let us win if our opponent doesn't have Path. 26 we're dealing. Apparently it's pretty easy to deal a lot of damage. Oh, opponent does have Path. Do we have any basics? We do not. Okay. So we don't just win. Pass the turn. We do have a huge dragon. This deck is so ridiculous. And our opponent scoops it up. So we didn't win on the spot, but it was still enough to win. Well, I mean, yeah, I guess we run it back. I guess that's what we're doing. This hand, we can't keep the 1-lander, so we got a mulligan. Well, this hand we will keep. If this is a hand where we could potentially just hard cast a Dragonstorm. So we'll put Wooded Foothills to the bottom. There's the Boggle. Dragonlord Atarka. Well, suspend Lotus Bloom, suspend Lotus Bloom. Play Wooded Foothills. Crack Wooded Foothills. We got to get a dual, I think. Probably Breeding Pool. Untapped. And then a Tune. So basically we want to draw... Good lord. This mana. I guess we want black for a Foul Tongue Invocation. So pass the turn. So drawing Dragonstorm is awesome. Drawing Marvel is pretty good as well. Hardcasting Dragonlord Atarka doesn't seem good enough against Bogles. It would be good against other decks. There's a Rancor. Opponent gets in for 3. Down to 14. We do have our Puzzle Knot to gain back a bit of life. Come on, Dragonstorm in the next couple turns. Wooded Foothills. Well, play Wooded Foothills, crack Wooded Foothills, thin our deck a bit. We will just take a Mountain, play Puzzle Knot, pass the turn. Hopefully the Puzzle Knot's enough to keep us alive. See how many auras our opponent has. There's a Daybreak Coronet. Alright. So we're taking a bunch. Take 6, down to 10. Man, are we even going to live until we get our Lotus Blooms? Lotus Blooms take down to 1. Not a Dragonstorm. So Wooded Foothills, crack Wooded Foothills. Keep thinning our deck. We got to draw it. We got to draw it next turn. That's our last chance. Get a Forest. Pass the turn. Hope we're not dead. And then hope we top deck. Ethereal Armor. Up to 9. Alright, we're not just dead. Well, this is it. This is the turn. If we top deck, we win. We get a spin with Marvel if we hit it. Dragonstorm just directly wins us the game. Opponent's to 30. We're down to 3. Come on, deck. Here comes our Lotus Blooms. Upping our Storm count. The odds are not in favor, but there is a chance. Lotus Bloom ticks down. Dragonlord Atarka does not do it. Lotus Bloom, come on. Come on, deck. Oh, it's a land. Oh, this is so bad. Play the Swamp. Oh, dear. Crack Lotus Bloom. We can just play an Atarka on Chump Block mode that doesn't even work unless our opponent... If our opponent has any aura or a path, this doesn't work. If our opponent has literal nothing, we might get one more draw step. And there's path. Yup. Oh, wow. Well, we got a game, and we actually were kind of somewhat close against Bogles, so we'll take it. Thanks for watching the video. If you haven't already, take a minute and click that subscribe button. It's a great way to support the channel for free, and you'll find the next video in the playlist right here.